Hi, I'm Tracy Faulkner from Lush Fabrics with your release for this Sunday. It's another special one today. It is a double brush poly solid colour release. I have 18 colours here for you, which takes our collection of colours to, I'm not sure how many, but quite a few. Two of the colours I have today are restocks and the rest are brand new. So these fabrics, because it is their release day, are a little bit cheaper just for today, and our in-stock double brush poly solids will be a little bit cheaper as well. So double brush poly, let me tell you about double brush poly. It's one of my favorite bases. It is so versatile. It's really amazing. It can be so many different garment types. So it's reasonably light. It's about 170 to 180 GSM, so it's quite light. It is brushed on both sides, so it feels really beautiful to the touch and against the skin. It has really great stretch in both directions, and it has really good recovery on that stretch. So it'll stretch out, but then it'll bounce back in again, which means it's really great for a tight fitting garment or a drapey garment. It can do really well with both. So that just opens it up to so many different garment types. Like, it's fantastic for leggings, for example. It's got the great stretch for leggings and it feels really nice to wear. And there are so many different colors and prints that they can look absolutely amazing. Then you could also make yourself, you know, a shrug style cardigan or a dress or a top or pants or a skirt. There's socks. There are so many things that you can do with double brush poly. So the fabric base is 96% poly, 4% spandex, and it's 150 centimeters wide. So this color here is the pink, and this is a restock. So we've had this color before. I'm just going to open it up for you, and I just want to show you the stretch. So I might just stand back a little bit. So it stretches really nicely horizontally, and it's got stretch vertically as well. And then look at that gorgeous drape. It just kind of drops. It's really beautiful. That's actually the wrong side of the fabric I'm showing you there. Let's go this way. So with most fabrics, to determine when they're solid colors, it can be tricky to work out which is the front and which is the back, which is the wrong side, which is the right side. So before you cut your pattern pieces out, the selvage rolls to the wrong side of the fabric. So it rolls that way. Then your cut edge, this won't roll too much, the cut edge, but if you stretch it a lot, then you can see how that's rolled there now, and that has rolled towards the right side. Now you don't particularly want to do that because it makes the sewing a little bit harder if it's like that. But if it has rolled at all, then it will roll towards the right side of the fabric. Or you can do things like just put a pin on the right side of your fabric, just so that you know which is which. You can use whichever side you like. Just because I call something the right side doesn't mean you need to use it as the right side. It's totally up to you. Whichever one you prefer. You just need to be consistent. You don't want to have some pieces on this side and other pieces on this side, because you may well notice the difference in certain lights or certain settings. You might just, certain angles, you might just notice that difference. Okay, so this is the pink, and I don't have a matching thread for this one, unfortunately. So I'm just going to go through and show you all the colors. I'm not going to get them all out because they all stretch pretty much the same way. But I'm just going to show you all the gorgeous colors that we have and the coordinating threads if we have them. So next one, this is also a restock, and this one is called Lavender. Oops, let's hide that bit from you. That's writing so that we can keep track of what they are, because we actually have quite a few purples at the moment. So we really need to label them so that we can be sure we've got the right one. So lavender, and no matching thread for this one either. So these are the only two restocks. The rest of the colors are all new. All right, our first newbie, Cypress Green. It is a little bit deeper green than it's showing up on my camera at the moment. if I can move it around. So I am trying yet another method to do this video. I'm trying to get you the best quality videos I can. So I'm just trying a few different things. So if the sound is good and you think the visuals are good, please do let me know so that I can make sure I'm on the right track for you. So yeah, it is probably a little bit deeper green than it's showing here at the moment. But check out the images on our website. So we take photos here. Solid color photos can be tricky. It can be really hard to pick up that exact color. Usually when you get something else in there, it kind of balances it out and it makes it easier to get the color right, but it's really tricky with solid colors. But we do send a swatch of all of these new fabrics over east to the lady who does all of our editing of the photos for us so that she can get the color as true as possible. Obviously everyone's monitor is a little bit different. There's only so much that we can do there, but we do our very best to get those colors right for you. Okay, Cypress Green, no matching thread. Next one, I'm just dumping these on the floor, sorry. I will pick them up and they'll be all good. We have to use these for photos in the future. Try and match it up with all the beautiful prints. This one is Vintage Purple. It's very, very pretty. Some really nice purples. So Vintage Purple. And then, really gorgeous green. This is Sage Green. And this one goes with thread number 1090. So there's a lot that we don't have coordinating threads for because it can be quite tricky to get the right color. At least if there's a print, there's some distraction and there's some other tones in there. So you've got a little bit of leeway. But when it's a solid color, it has to be good. It's got to be right. And if I can, prefer to go just a little bit darker than the fabric with the thread because I find that it blends in a little bit more. If the thread's a little bit lighter than the fabric, I find it stands out a little bit. A little bit darker, I believe, is a bit better. Sage Green. This one is mid navy. So they call it navy, but I guess it's a lightish navy. So we've got dark navy at the moment. We have had just navy before and this is not the same. So we've gone with mid navy this time just to try and differentiate a little bit. And this one goes with thread number 825. All right, this next color is gorgeous. Amber. It's kind of a browny orange. It's similar, but not quite the same as burnt caramel. If you remember, we had burnt caramel a little while ago. I wasn't able to reorder that. My supplier didn't have any. That was a bit darker, a bit more brown to it, I think. But this one reminds me of that, and I think it's gorgeous for autumn and really nice for winter as well, this type of color. I don't have a matching thread for this one either, but this is amber. And then this one I've called Sherby because the color reminds me of the lollies, those Sherby lollies, you know, the ones that are wrapped up in the paper, the orange chewy stuff on the outside and the sherbet in the middle. That's what this reminds me of. It is coming up a little bit brighter on my screen than it is in real life. It is still bright, don't get me wrong. It's definitely still bright, but it just makes me think of those Sherby lollies. So we called this one Sherby. No matching thread for this one. All right, and then this one, awful color on me, but it'll be a beautiful color on some of you. This one's called Light Tan. And this would also be nice for a slip or something, like if you need something, you know, sort of skin tone to go underneath, a slip of some sort. This one would work out well. And 1630 is the thread that I put with this one. All right, next pile. Turquoise. It's pretty. Let me get that thread. 1612, I believe. Yes. It's not a great match. You might be able to find a better match out there, but it will work. Beautiful turquoise. Charcoal. I love a charcoal. Have I told you that before, how much I like grey? I've never been able to find a true charcoal in double brush poly in a solid colour. Finally found it. Very, very happy. This will be a really great staple type piece. You know, it'll match with so many different things without being black. Sometimes it's nice to move away from the black. So this one I've matched with 348. Charcoal. All right, Rosette. Is that right? Yes. I just guessed on that one, and there's so many I really shouldn't be guessing. So Rosette is your next one. And then, what's this one? Green Forest. It's a gorgeous mid-green, this one. It's really pretty. It's quite a soft colour without being really, really light, which I think is really nice. No matching thread for this one either. I think some of you might like this next one. Vivid Purple. This is probably, excuse me, the darkest purple that we have in double brush poly. But it's kind of vivid, right? It's kind of cute. I like that one. The next one is what I'm wearing. This is called Grape. I could not find a matching thread that I have in stock here. I had to use a Gooderman that I had. No, I didn't even have it at home. I had to go and buy a Gooderman thread to match with this one. So I have made, whoop, falling over. This is the Be Greater top by Ellie and Mac. And you know, I really like the top of it, and I actually think I'm going to use it to make myself some tank tops and just kind of cut it off here, because I think it'll be really nice for tank tops. I really like the shape of where the arm sits, and it's quite nice if you just kind of blouse it up in there as well. And you've still got your little bits coming at the back, but it's kind of cute like that as well. So Grape. It's a beautiful colour. I'm very happy with my choice. I chose it off just like a little thumbnail image, which are often highly inaccurate, but it was a good choice. So I won on that one. Okay, Vintage Denim. This is a beautiful colour. I love this sort of a soft, smoky, dusty type blue. So that one's Vintage Denim. I've got two more for you, and then that's it. Pastel Purple. This is a very light purple, and I matched it up with 0088, the thread. All of these threads will be linked on the website, so you don't need any special information. You don't need to write it down. They'll all be linked under the product description. So Pastel Purple. Last one. Oh, that one's not folded very well at all. There we go. Dusty blue. Yes, dusty blue. No thread to match, unfortunately, but a beautiful shade of blue. I hope you like some of those colours. We are just, I mean, the prints are obviously really exciting to see, and we can't wait to crack them open, but the solid colours are just, they're really beautiful colours, and at some point you need a solid colour in your wardrobe. There's only so many prints that you can wear, and then you need something solid, something a bit plainer to go with that print or to complement that print. Because often with prints, you know, if it's got a few different colours in it, you can just focus on one colour by making that the coordinate colour, and then that's the colour that jumps out. So they're very versatile. They are definitely needed in your wardrobe. Double brush poly is really good for all seasons. Some people find it warm because of the brushing. I think it very much depends on the climate where you live and your own internal thermostat as to how it works for you. So if you're not sure if this is the base for you, it's a bit cheaper today, so you can make yourself a t-shirt. Most people can make a t-shirt out of 1 meter. It's a great way to find out if it's going to work for you or not. Okay, I hope you love them all. Don't forget to enter our competitions on Facebook, in our group, and on our page. I hope this video has turned out okay, and I would love any feedback again. I hope you don't get sick of me asking for that. I'm just trying some different things to get this video as good as I can each week for you. All right, that's all. I'm going to go now, and I'm going to see you next week with some more goodies. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.